how's the market? It's not a very specific question, it's a very broad question. Well, right now, the Dubai real estate market is one of the best in the world. And that is probably the reason why it could also be the most confusing in the world, especially if you are not used to the standard operating procedures in Dubai. It's quite strange when a broker who you have been talking to over WhatsApp and you've progressed that conversation quite far to the point where you need to take the next step and actually purchase the property, ask you to send your passport, and send us a check for 10%. It's weird. You've probably heard really good things about the Dubai real estate market over the last couple of years. You probably heard some scary stuff as well, probably from somebody who's been through something here. Let's be honest, most likely that person made a shitty decision and they probably have a track record of making shitty decisions. So you thought, well, I'm not really going to take that person's advice. I'm rather going to go to YouTube and listen to random people talk about the Dubai real estate market and make up my own mind about what I feel this market is going to do and how the market is in this international city. Regardless, hopefully you are here to find a reliable source to help you with taking this ambition that you have of moving your business, moving your life, buying real estate, investing your hard-earned money in a city like Dubai so that you can also enjoy a piece of the pie. So if that is the case, I suggest that you stick around. 150 of you over the last, I think, 4 to 5 months, maybe 6 months, scheduled a free consultation in my calendar through a link that's in the description of every single video. So go ahead, click on that link, schedule that call so that you can hear from a reliable source what this market is up to and where the opportunities are and where the advantages are for you and how we can meet your objectives. For you guys who have invested in Dubai or you've been on the research train for a few months, you probably tried to buy something and then lost out and thought too long about a specific unit and then 2 days later it's not there anymore. I want to tell you, if you hesitate in this market, you will lose. Based on the experiences of clients that I just described. Regardless, you will still tell me, well, Cobus, there's 343 projects to choose from, over 100,000 nearly new units introduced to the market. I've got options. You don't. You don't have options. The good options don't last. The good options don't stay in the market. That's why most probably every time you find a project, because you're not sticking with your broker, you are left with the last units in that project. They're probably low floor facing another building and it's not what you want, and then you continue your search. The reason I say you constantly will lose is because for whatever reason, you always come up with an excuse. The payment plan is not right. The floor plan is not right. The size, the developer's background, the location. But if we're really, really honest, the reason for your investment is not at the forefront of your decisions. It's not. You're thinking the price per square foot and the size and the view and the location is what's going to dictate if it's going to be good or you should do it, but not understanding why you're investing. And it's a deep question if you really think about it, because depending on your age, if you're young, you have a lot of time to build wealth, make mistakes, go through fluctuations of the market and still come out strong. If you're older, okay, and you've got kids in school or kids in the university, you don't have so much grace and time to make mistakes. It's really important that you get your decisions right. So by studying the market over a certain period of time, you need a support from a broker who has your best interest at heart and who understands your objective and keeps your why at the forefront of your journey of finding specific units. And it doesn't even have to be that philosophical. If you're a certain type of investor, you look at the numbers and you make a decision. If you need to understand the view and everything has to be perfect, the likelihood is that you'll continue you're continuously going to miss out on good opportunities in your investment journey. Do you know what the biggest difference is between you and the people that have made money in this market over the last couple of years that you heard from? And let's be honest, that's probably why you also want to get in, because you've seen other people get into this market. The difference is they actually bought something. They actually took that very overwhelming step of going onto their phone, clicking the payment link that was sent to them by a broker or a developer, payment link, and they actually parted. They parted with 1 million, 2 million, 3 million dirham without any instant gratification, without anything being delivered to their house. The money is disappeared from the bank account and invested with the developer who you would likely only hear from again in 3 years. Just because you have a lot of money in your bank account doesn't mean that you are ready to invest in Dubai. You're probably more comfortable looking at the money in your account instead of adopting the mentality of the capital needs to work for you. And that's the difference between you who is still Googling best real estate investments in Dubai and the person who saw a product and it was in line with their objectives. They took the necessary action and now are reaping the rewards. You know, for some reason, when something is put in front of you and all the indicators are showing that this is going to be good, this meets your objective, it doesn't overexpose you, you're not paying more than you want, because I'm not saying you have to pay more than what you're comfortable with. For some reason, you almost think that, you know, this couldn't be what those people did. There has to be a different way. It's not that intricate. It's not that scientific. It's buying real estate, waiting, and then putting somebody in there to rent it or selling it off for a profit. That's how simple it is. So if there's one thing out of the many things that I can do for you, is I can help you understand why this market is going to continue performing the way that it is, and help you understand that the opportunities in front of you is going to help you reach the goals that you have in your mind and what you imagine this is going to be. I can show you how this can still be a reality by the time that, if you're invested in off plan or if you're invested into a product, how this can still materialize and be exactly what you want it to be, or even better. Stick around. For years after finding the bottom of the market, Dubai property prices have gone on to appreciate by nearly 60%, increasing around 1.73% in October of 2024 alone. The upward phases, the recovery and the growth of the current market cycle has now spanned over 48 months so far, with prices increasing at a moderate rate of only 1.2% per month on average. In contrast to the previous market cycle of, the early 2010s, that cycle experienced a period of aggressive price increases in excess of 2% a month, which lasted only 24 months, and it saw an average monthly appreciation of 1.6%. What we are experiencing now shows a greater sign of stability with less speculative activity. Barring any major disruptions, this trend appears likely to carry on well into 2025. Mortgage activity surged in October of 2024, reflecting the broader rise in sales transactions. The number of registered loans hit an all-time high of 4,318 mortgages just in this month that passed in October, marking a 3.26% increase from September that just passed. This 4,318 loans is a 1.34% rise over the previous record for mortgages. This uptick in mortgage activity is very well aligned with the recent interest rate easing, making financing more accessible and actually more attractive to buyers. Also, what we've seen is mortgage penetration for completed properties reached around 36% this month, a substantial increase from 28% at the same time last year, underscoring a growing reliance on finance in this market. And loans for refinancing and equity releases, which was very popular a few months ago, actually saw a market share decrease of about 1.2% to 33.3%. The remaining 18.5% was bulk mortgages, those taken by developers and large investors with like multiple units. Mortgage transactions and rental activity really underpins the demand for real estate in any market. Just to put it into perspective, out of 20,460 transactions in a single month, only 4,318 were mortgaged. That's not even a 21% share of all transactions in 1 month who opted for financing in some shape or form. It's actually less than that because we also have bulk and refinanced approvals factored into that entire location. And tell me, do you remember what the cause of the global financial crisis was in 2008? Mortgages. Overexposure to debt is the downfall of your country, let alone one person. And by the ratio that I just shared, merely a fraction of homeowners in Dubai are attached to these bonds. So clearly we are a cash-rich city, not attaching ourselves to over-leveraging debt. After 48 months of growth, how is it possible to continue growing? How can you still continue making money? I think here I need to give you a few things to digest. It's going to be a few facts and figures that really are the drivers of this market. Because what we see manifesting in the real estate news is merely a result of what I'm going to share with you now. Henley & Partners Wealth Migration Inflow Report represents the top 10 countries globally in terms of projected net inflow of millionaires for 2024. Millionaire migration is a leading indicator of the overall health of a country and its economy. So the UAE tops the list with a reported figure of more than 6,700 millionaires who would move to the city in 2024. I've got the stats and the link to that report in the description. The conversation I have with my clients about why they moved to this city is simply proximity. To them, it's all about proximity to other like-minded, wealthy people, proximity to travel from Dubai to other countries, the safety, the economical stability, the political stability, a few hyperboles that gets overused, and we really take it for granted. Understanding this city as well as we do, hearing the same things over and over again, we become desensitized to the big money and the big reasons why people are moving here. But for the majority of the world, when they visit Dubai for the first time and see that this is actually how life is supposed to be like, and no wonder people are prospering in this city, is the biggest reason why people are moving to this city. And this actually feeds well into the next important metric, and that is FDI. And I've made a video about FDI, foreign direct investment, and the impact of that for Dubai and the market in the economy. Previous video, you can go and watch that. So Dubai has consistently ranked as a global leader in attracting foreign direct investment, specifically in the greenfield projects. Greenfield projects are a type of FDI where a company establishes a new operation in a foreign country by building its facilities, by building its infrastructure, or manufacturing plants from the ground up. These projects are called greenfield because they are often involved in constructing on a underdeveloped land that symbolizes greenfield. So in the first half of 2024, Dubai retained its position as the world's top city for greenfield foreign direct investment. They actually secured 508 projects and they captured like 6% share of the global market for greenfield FDI, which is quite phenomenal. This was actually an increase from its 5.6% share during the same period last year, 2023, the first half. Additionally, the city reported a total of 801 FDI projects worth 21.85 billion dirham in its first 6 months of 2024. FDI in 2023 also created 45,000 jobs. So FDI is one major driver that is manifesting in the success of the Dubai real estate market as we see it today. Let's also look at the GPCI, the Global Power City Index. It provides a ranking of global cities based on the economy, research and development, cultural interactions, livability, environment, and accessibility. It is an assessment of a city's power to attract people, business, and capital from all over the world. And on that list, Dubai became the first city in the Middle East to rank amongst the top 10 Global Power City Index in 2023. I've got a link to that index in the description of this video as well. Did you know that we in Dubai have 44 out of the world's billion-dollar club asset and wealth management firms? In Dubai, in the DIFC, the Dubai International Financial Center, the leading global financial center in the Middle East, Africa, and South Asia region. The global hedge fund industry has 524 firms, managing more than $1 billion in assets. And Dubai has 44 of them registered in DIFC. We are financially very, very, very strong. Those are the type of people, those are the type of businesses that we attract. Abu Dhabi just signed with BlackRock, and they're going to move thousands of people to the UAE. I don't even want to get into that. But at this point, the information that you have heard, you'd probably give us a little head nod. Your thoughts were correct, and you are allowed to be excited about the market in Dubai. Or this information is giving you more confidence. And talking about confidence, the Kearney FDI Confidence Index is a globally recognized tool for assessing the attractiveness of countries for foreign direct investment, which we just spoke about. And I have done a video on this again, like the previous video, so you can go and check that out to understand more about that. The latest report shows investors are most optimistic about the UAE and Saudi Arabia in the emerging markets segment of this report. The UAE jumped to 8th place on the confidence index from 18th place. So that was the most notable jump for any market in the established and emerging markets. And Saudi Arabia actually jumped from 24th to 14th place. So the investor confidence is climbing month on month, year on year. Soon, very, very soon, UAE will be on top of that list. Another, maybe the last fact that I'll share with you is the 3-year budget cycle for 2025 to 2027. It has been approved with a total expenditure of 272 billion dirham, and the total revenue from that will be 302 billion dirham, and there will be a few other ancillary revenue streams that run off of that. This budget cycle is the largest in the Emirates' history, and it is aligned with the future ambitions to promote sustainable economical growth, enhance community well-being, and solidify Dubai's reputation as the land of opportunity and innovation. That just excites me to read that out loud. The expenditure that is approved in 2025's budget for the infrastructure sector, which includes real estate, by the way, and its related construction projects, accounts for 46% of the government's total spending. They are going all in. The financial indicators, the growth of the economy, the Global Power City Index report, the Henley and Partners Wealth Migration report, this is what the 6,700 millionaires who are moving to the UAE in 2024 are looking at when they are deciding where to next. There might be something they know that you don't. I suggest you follow the money. There's a link in the description of this video. It takes you to a calendar, choose your time, choose the day that suits you. There's another link, just send a message, meet, and I will reach out to you. Thanks for watching. I'm your real estate mate because clearly everybody needs a mate in real estate. Nice. Khalas. Yeah. Yeah. It did. It's going to be a good edit.